Hi y'all, welcome to Mona's Kitchen. Tonight it's Louisiana night and I promised you I was going to do something kind of shrimp and gritsy but make it a step healthier and a lot more delicious. So although the recipe in my Perfect Portion cookbook is pretty delicious too. But after reading all the comments yesterday, you guys are really into air fryers. So I said, I'm going to make this recipe in the air fryer. But don't worry. If you don't have an air fryer, you can make this recipe in a skillet pan. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make it in the air fryer, but as we go along, I'll kind of show you how to do it in a skillet as well. So I just want to show you what it looks like. I literally finished up this recipe an hour and a half ago. It's being tested by my chef, and we're so excited about this recipe because it's really simple to make and it's so delicious. But I want to just show this to you. It's so delicious. So we're going to learn how to make this today. Is that yummy or what? And guess what, guys? This can be made in the air fryer in 9 minutes. That's right, 9 minutes. Are you so excited? I'm excited if you are. Hey Karen, how are you? So let's get started. So the big thing with Louisiana style is making sure you have the right spice blend. And in my new cookbook, Satisfy, which is coming out this summer, there's going to be like a page spread on 4 or 5 different spice blends. And one happens to be like a Louisiana type of spice blend. But I'm going to show you the different ingredients that I put into it that make it taste really delicious. So one thing you start with is a little bit of brown sugar. So I'm putting in, I'm telling you, like I wrote this recipe on my little pad today. So it's 1.5 teaspoons of brown sugar. And for today, we're going to make one. So I made one already. I'm going to make the other one so that way you'll get to see. And when you use the air fryer, you actually have to make it in a couple of batches, so that's good. What's Karen saying? I can't wait to get my cookbook. Yes, yay, me too. I can't wait to finish it. So it's 1.5 teaspoons of brown sugar. The other spice we're going to add in, big Louisiana spice, is a combination of chili powder, cayenne pepper, and paprika. So I have my chili powder here. I'm using 2 teaspoons of chili powder. And then my paprika, I actually did a combination. I had actually had it in my cupboard. So it's a combination of both plain paprika and smoked paprika. So 2 teaspoons of that. Okay, cool. And then I put in like a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. But based upon how spicy you want your meal, fine. I chose a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed black pepper because it's another secret ingredient I'm adding in that I'll tell you about in a second. But you can vary the spiciness. If you don't have crushed red pepper and you want to use cayenne pepper, go right ahead. So I'm adding that in, and just a little bit of salt. And then what I'm going to do is just mix up. It's kind of like a rub-a-dub-dub. And this rub is good enough for 2 batches. Just it's a nice. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like gumbo. It's a combination. It's beautiful. It's spiced, sweet, and savory. It's just awesome. Okay. So this is enough for a full pound of shrimp. We're only cooking a 1/2 pound today because I made the other half already. So I'm just going to save my spice in a little spice jar to make it for another day. Okay. So then what we're going to do, you want to spice up the shrimp. So what we're going to do is add some of the spice mix. I'm going to add 1/2 of it since I used the other 1/2. I made a 1/2 batch before. And you're just going to use your fingers. Yes, make sure you wash your hands. Public service announcement. And I'm just going to coat the shrimp with this unbelievable spice blend. Oh my goodness, so good. Yum. Okay. And then I'm going to put it in here in the big bowl. And I'm going to add, you notice it's extra spice blend, but that's for a reason because now it's time to add all the other ingredients that I'm adding into my Louisiana Gumbo. So who's on? Who should I say hi to? Hi Thomas. Hey Marla, how are you? Good to talk to you via Facebook today. All right, so my special ingredients that I'm going to add include, the first thing I want to do is include some olive oil. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil, or 3 teaspoons for those of you who want to. 1, 2, 3. And in the normal recipe, it would be 2 tablespoons, but as I mentioned, I did that before. And then vegetables, normally in the recipe I would probably include zucchini, maybe some red pepper. You want to use tender vegetables because you want everything to cook at around the same time. So shrimp normally cooks in an air fryer in about 8 minutes. So there's different vegetables that cook at different times. So you want to make sure that you put the vegetables in there that are going to cook at the same time as your shrimp. So you don't want to put in any root vegetables like your potatoes, sweet potatoes, or butternut squash, because I take more like 12 or 13 minutes. The other vegetable that's a little bit hard to cook in an air fryer is onions because they get burnt at the ends. So for this recipe, I'm not going to put in onions. If you were to cook it on your skillet, you could definitely add onions to your skillet, but for an air fryer, I'm leaving it out. So today I actually used the vegetables that I had in my house, which is great. So I have zucchini. So as Mona knows, every dish that I make has 2 to 3 cups of vegetables because I want to make sure you get all the right nutrients, you get all of the vitamins and minerals, and that you get your fiber. So this recipe tonight has 3 cups of vegetables. So I have a cup of zucchini that I've cut up into half discs that I'm going to throw in. I also had some eggplant in the house. I thought that would be kind of nice. So I have a cup of eggplant that I put into little quarters. And then I put in some cherry tomatoes because I felt that they would blister. It would be really nice to blister in the air fryer, which would be very cool. And then the other thing I put in, yesterday I talked about the importance of orange zest and how it creates a lot of antioxidants and great taste. Well, for Cajun spice, citrus goes really, really well. So I actually had a clementine in the house and I said, let's roast the clementine. And can I tell you guys, it's delicious. So I'm throwing a clementine in there. If you want more sour, you can put a little bit of lemon in here if you want, but I'm putting in the clementine today. And the last thing I'm putting in, when I had mentioned I only put 1/4 teaspoon of the crushed red pepper, is because I'm adding some chicken sausage to this. And what this will do, you'll have the protein from the shrimp, but then now you'll have the added protein of the lean chicken sausage. This is a jalapeno roasted red pepper chicken sausage. So I'm going to add a link of that in here, another 12 grams of protein plus the shrimp. So that now this meal has over 3 cups of vegetables and 30 grams of protein. How cool is that? It's going to taste really good. So let's see who's on. Hi, Kate. How are you? Hey, Carrie. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Sis. Hi, Vicky. And hello, Caitlin. Yes, Caitlin, I'm using the air fryer. Caitlin's my air fryer expert. She and I worked together. I wrote a cookbook all about air fryers a few years ago. Caitlin, this is a new Mona recipe, so it's pretty exciting. So as I mentioned before, I've got all my vegetables in here, my 3 cups. I've got my chicken sausage. I've got my shrimp. So all you have to do is just mix this up together. And it looks delicious already. What do you think, Doug? Smells pretty good, right?
It looks great. It smells great.
Doesn't it look good?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm going to finish it off. I'm going to rinse my hands first, because I don't want Vicky on my salt shaker. I'm going to put in just a little bit of salt. And this is what it looks like before it's going in. I think it looks pretty good before it's going to go in. So I'm going to preheat my air fryer for about 3 minutes before I'm going to put it in. Now I can talk to you for a little while. So what I just wanted to let you know is that this is what I call a freestyle recipe. So for example, if you don't eat shellfish and you want to use this recipe, you can put in all chicken sausage. If you want to eat fish and you don't want to eat chicken sausage, remember yesterday I did the air fryer salmon? You could do all these vegetables, all the same spices, and put a nice piece of salmon like we did last night and have a salmon recipe. If you want it vegan and you just want to have a whole bunch of vegetables, go for it, add more vegetables, and you have a beautiful vegan recipe. So what I really like about my recipes, I kind of call it turnstile, because you can take a spin on a recipe. If you have the right spice blend, which you're going to learn, which I'm going to share so much in my new cookbook, in addition to knowing that you're using tender vegetables that go along with the right kind of protein. And the proteins that I'm using today are ones like shrimp and ones like fish or ones like chicken. As long as everything cooks around the same time, it's a perfect recipe. I probably would not use chicken in this recipe because chicken takes a little bit longer. So in my book, I'll explain all this, but I wanted to let you know about that. Now if you don't have an air fryer and you just want to use a skillet, all you need to do is take what we just did and put a little olive oil in the skillet and just kind of skillet, you know, mix it around and, you know, saute it, and it will probably be ready, I would say, around this. You'll probably be a little bit faster in the air fryer, but you'll get a similar result. Personally, I think the air fryer gives you a great result because you get a little bit of the crispiness from the shrimp, and the vegetables cook really, really nicely. But in the skillet, it works as well too. So this is a recipe, no matter what appliance you have, it can work in both. Although preferably, it's in my air fryer chapter for a reason. I'm putting it in there, okay? So, and if those of you who just came on or are new, I see some new faces. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Caitlin. Hey, Ellen. Hey, Marina. For those of you who haven't visited Mona's Kitchen before, I am writing a new cookbook. It's called Satisfy. It's going to be available this summer. If you're interested in pre-ordering, which I hope you are, simply go either on my website, my new website actually, www.monadolgov.com, where you can purchase it under shop, or else www.satisfycookbook.com, and you can get it there as well. And those of you who've been watching, I see there's lots of people here who have watched my program before. If you like what you're seeing, share it with your friends. That would be awesome. And then that way we all can learn, we can all kind of cook together. Okay, I've done enough talking, now let's get back cooking. All right, so we're gonna take this. Again, you wanted to preheat your air fryer for about 3 minutes. So I'm going to basically take this out now. This is my little drawer. And I'm just gonna, you can hear the sizzle already. Like you hear the sizzle?
I sure do.
Oh, for those of you who don't know, Doug, my wonderful husband, is my technical manager and my cameraman, and he's the best. So this is what it looks like when it's going to go into the air fryer. I may give it another little, what I call a spritz of olive oil spray, and this is going to cook for about 8 minutes. But what you want to do is check it 2 or 3 times. So I'm going to check it at 4 minutes, and then I'm going to check it at 8 minutes. And so I don't leave you here for a long period of time. I've already made some, so I just wanted to show you. So here is this beautiful dish. This is how it comes out. Doesn't that look good? If it was smell-o-vision, you would like go, give me a bite now.
It smells good, I promise.
And then, okay, so this has 2.5 cups of vegetables. So I felt this needs something else. It needs to be put on veg. So since it resembles shrimp and grits, instead of corn grits, why not put another vegetable in? So what I've done is that I've made some smashed cauliflower. Now there's a lot of different ways to make smashed cauliflower, but the easy way is, in the grocery store right now, you can actually buy some mashed cauliflower that already exists. So I'm going to show you what I bought. This is a great product. It's a mashed cauliflower. I actually got it at Trader Joe's, and what I like about it, it comes in these little discs that look like so you can really measure the portion control. So I made a cup of, Doug prefers rice, so he's going to have rice, but I don't want this extra cup of vegetables, so I'm making a cup of this, which is about 4 of these cubes. And what I did, I just boiled them up in a pot, and actually I'm just going to serve it on the side. Going to put it on the side like so. Got a little crunchy there because I was talking too much. And I got another cup of vegetables. How do you like that? So, for those of you who don't know, my Satisfy cookbook, every recipe has every meal has 500 or less calories. Includes 2 to 3 plus cups of vegetables per. Always uses real ingredients and always has what I call real portions. So look at this, guys. Look at this beautiful dish. This dish is 454 calories. How cool is that? So I highly advise that you make it. You saw how easy it is. It's basically mixing together some spices, putting things together, throwing it in the air fryer. The air fryer, someone asked me earlier today which air fryer I prefer. I use the Philips air fryer. I think it's a great air fryer. So I prefer a smaller one than a bigger one because it's just Doug and me at home, but there are larger sizes. So for the larger size, you actually can make, you don't have to do it in 2 shifts, you actually can make the whole recipe in 1. So I hope you enjoyed Mona's Kitchen. I hope you make this recipe because it's so awesome. And by default, this week became air fryer week because we had the falafel on Monday, and we had the salmon yesterday, and now we have this Louisiana Gumbo today, and so I've got to come up with another recipe tomorrow. If you have any suggestions, let me know, okay? Have a great night. Great to see you. And I love you all. Take care. Bye.